Shout out to my newest subscribers: Anita Seals, Divine Creativity Designs, The Vampire Lamont, Mark Joseph, Mamba Bucks, The R Blogs, Colado Kids, 23KC, IDB TV powered by CXD. And I made a mistake on my last video. I said 6 shades of funk. I meant to say 6 shades of pink. So that was my mistake. So 6 shades of pink. Try to say that fast 3 times. 6 shades of pink. I apologize for getting your name wrong. Calisthenics save lives.
Come on. Beam life, niggas. Welcome to another exclusive. Check. Kids, I'm dangerous like Wayne and Biggs. Inquire and find out just who Lemaine this is. Lanes in the game, what type of game is this? Black leather gloves at close range won't stain my fist. You coming here, you best state your biz, or pellets are coming straight your wig. The deeper the beef, the deeper we dig. Dig a hole, 3 levels for your heart, body and soul. Done is out of control, correction out of his mind. Close tighter than trying to get 4 Dutches out of a dime. Shade you right out your shine, one all at a time, line for line. Put them all in a line, that's all fine. I come strong like Henny, you all wine. I'm hot now and forever, you'll get better with time. And surely it's time to release my fury and to increase my pressure. My knees deep in measure, son, I need this. The beam, dog?
Yeah, they gorillas, boy.
Yeah, that's my team, dog.
Them niggas there kill you, boy.
You getting cream, but they
running,
yes, sir. Open your eyes, surprise, you shouldn't be, but then again
they running, shit. They running, shit. They running, shit.
Open your eyes, surprise, you shouldn't be.
Yeah, play dome like I'm aiming with a play gun. You heard Savannah, the city where that ain't from. Birds in the burbs where I get my cake from. Sniff, you won't feel shit, whole face numb. Say, bro, what you think I told the K for? To pull a caper, nigga, I'm about my paper. You niggas square like sections in the wafer. It's seconds away from a Westin in your face, bro. When this shit is on, nah, we can't get along. See you in the street, don't speak, let's just get it on. I'm from the dirty, we puffin' passion that hurts you, you heard me. I'm up early every morning, slinging that girly, yes sir. My raw wounds rough in the texture. You need more than Maurice Green speed to catch up. Hot damn. When it come to this, y'all niggas under this. Wanna ball on some fumble shit, y'all know who I'm running with.
You heard the beam, dog?
Yeah, they gorillas, boy.
Yeah, that's my team, dog.
Them niggas there kill you, boy.
You getting cream, but they
running, shit. Yes, sir.
Open your eyes, surprise, you shouldn't be, but then again
they running, shit. They running, shit. They running, shit.
Open your eyes, surprise, you shouldn't
Man,
be.
understand, I've done it all. From flipping O's and quarters to having menage a trois with moms and daughters. That was the tracks I slaughtered to get in the backs of daughters, and I keep them for weeks. I got their moms in the streets, like have you seen her? Mama, your little bitch is greener than the grass outside. She's slinging ass outside. Rain, snow, sleet, or hail, like a bitch is slinging they tail, like they was getting me bail. And I'm a genius, sharper than the professors at Yale. And y'all niggas is frail, so the D's you tell. So don't ever run up on me, nigga, asking what it be like. Or you catch a mean right, fucking with the beam life. Don't love us, my brothers, yo, that's my team, right? Misery Marines, right? I'll blow you from the seams, right? Hold up, seeing the nickel plated clean, right? Pour up in your spleen, right? I'll lay you on the scene, right?
You heard the beam, dog?
Yeah, they gorillas, boy.
Yeah, that's my team, dog.
Them niggas there kill you, boy.
You getting cream, but they
running, shit.
open your eyes, surprise, you shouldn't be, but then again
they running, shit. They running, shit. They running, shit.
open your eyes, surprise, you shouldn't be.
Salute. How y'all doing? My name is Derek Williams. Today was a good day but every day above ground is a good day. And I just felt the need to share that with you. Always respect the women around you, even the ones that you've never walked a day with. Some of the people that the women that I wrote their names out, some of them have really been inspirational and actually been educational. Uh, Probably the one that stands out the most for me is Cash Me Out. I Am Queen Supreme. To learn a lot from that woman. So I felt I wanted to do that little quick written out montage, if you will, for the women that I've come to know on YouTube. But as y'all know, I'm just one boy in the comment section on YouTube. The title of this presentation will be simply called the Untitled video. I want you all to subscribe, if you would, to the Snap Turtle. He has done a lot of good work with regards to 5G technology and the effect it has on adults and specifically children. I saw a report today that I wanted to share with you, and two other stories. The last one I'm going to show kind of goes in line with what the Cash Me Out Queen has been doing basically for the past month, and that's highlighting the tragic story of a little girl in Houston, Texas by the name of Malia Davis. This story is regarding 5G technology. This is out of Natural News. Natural News is headed up by Mike Adams, also known as the Health Ranger. And the title is called Unseen Health Dangers. 5G is exceptionally harmful to children. So any of you all that have children, I know everybody got a cell phone. They're ubiquitous. They're everywhere. You kind of can't get past it, but you have to try to do your own due diligence to try to mitigate some of the effects of this EMF radiation. I said about maybe a month and a half ago, there was a school out in California where kids were a school was by a cell phone tower, and sure enough, some of those kids and some of the adult teachers were getting cancer. Well, they have since removed that tower. And that was due in large part because the parents revolted. They said, look, we don't want our kids around this thing because we believe that this thing being close to the school is actually giving kids cancer. But I'm just going to read a little bit of this story. It is arguably the biggest existential threat to life on this planet, and it's only been around for a mere blip in time. Historically speaking, historically speaking, we're talking about wireless communication technology such as 5G, which a growing number of experts warn is a human health nightmare, especially for kids. Despite its blazing fast speed, 5G and its soon to be ubiquitous presence throughout the world will, in many ways, spell the end of life as we know it. Unlike 2G, 3G, and 4G, 5G functionality necessitates a massive grid of very densely packed transmission towers and equipment, which means that exposure to it will be virtually inescapable. Now, in Vienna, Austria, they had done studies, and the report unveiled seemingly overnight local residents are experiencing nosebleeds, headaches, eye pains, chest pains, nausea, vomiting, fatigue, dizziness, tinnitus, which is ringing of the ears, flu-like symptoms, and cardiac pain. Both young and old are reportedly experiencing 5G-induced comas because they've been rolling it out over in Europe, and it's eventually going to get over here. All right. Swedish researchers have confirmed that children are much more susceptible to the effects of EMF exposure at microwave frequencies, adding that little ones who are starting to use either cordless or mobile phones regularly before the age of 20 have a more than a 400% increased risk in developing a brain tumor. You see here in Philadelphia, it's so many adult Muslim women that they will wear their cell phone inside. I guess they call that a keyma, a head wrap or whatever. And I will submit to you all that you're going to see a whole bunch of cancer clusters with women, and typically whichever side of the their head that they rest their phone on the most, that's where those cancers are going to come. Did you know that LeBron James had cancer? He had mouth cancer, a salivary gland cancer. It was hush hush, but that was doing in fact was doing part largely for his heavy cell phone use. You remember Johnny Cochran the same way. He died from brain cancer, and legend has it that out there in California he was a heavy cell phone user. So you can imagine what 5G is going to do with these kids. It's just going to absolutely rock them. So you want to do your own due diligence, and please go look into the Snap Turtles work in this area. Also, Cash Me Out has a bunch of videos regarding EMF frequency technology as well. Over the weekend, you had a outage of social media all over the world, and some people saying that it was just some type of test run. I thought that up until I read this story here. As it turns out, Donald Trump is going to war with all the tech people behind censorship, and I agree with him. I hope he should fight that. He's the president of the United States, and the citizens, we just against censorship in all forms. And this is going to be a knockdown, drag out fight, and we'll see who wins at the end of it. But I'm glad that Trump is actually trying to do something. I'm going to read you this story here. Google, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Comcast, Instagram suffer devastating outages as Trump goes to war with big tech, malicious censorship, and fraud. It is no coincidence that 2 days after the Trump administration announced a massive Department of Justice antitrust investigation into Google, dozens of tech companies have been disrupted via sweeping internet outages that many are calling the internet kill switch. Throughout the day on Sunday, massive outages took down nearly all of Google's services: Gmail, Google, YouTube, Google Home, Google Hangouts, etc. And the hard-hitting glitches hit all the following services, which many of which are engaged in criminal activities that violate human rights and the free speech of Americans. And the aforementioned services for Google are the ones that were knocked down. And what many are saying here is that you are likely watching a high stakes war being waged between big tech and President Trump. And this is just the beginning of what's coming. The Health Ranger has publicly called for the arrest and prosecution of big tech CEOs like Jack Dorsey of Twitter, Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, and Tim Cook of Apple. I often say in the comment section with regards to Facebook and any of these social media platforms is that Mark Zuckerberg famously said that all Facebook users are dumb effers. He has never recanted this statement, and he has not apologized, but he did confirm that he said it. Now, if he feels like that about you, you can see how big tech, Tim Cook, and all these other people, they basically would be tyrants. They look down at the people who use their services. So if they look down on you and they have utter disdain for you, which a lot of these elite people do, I can see them wanting to spy in on people. That's not too far-fetched to believe. But this is a fight that our government and President Trump in particular, they should fight it. And this is my last story here. I'm going to go on and close out. I'm coming up on 15 minutes because I know y'all got stuff to do. I said earlier that the Cashmere Queen has been doing a story almost fanatically about Malia Davis. She says this case has struck her greater than any other. Well, I have my own story too. There was a young lady named China Arnold from Dayton, Ohio. And I just got online when I read this story. And it struck me, and it's held with me to this day. China Arnold actually put her baby in a microwave and turned it on, killing the child. And all that had to do with behind keeping a man. Witness. Ohio mom on trial said baby fit right in microwave. A woman who shared a jail cell with a mother accused of killing her baby by burning her in a microwave oven told a jury Thursday that the mom confessed to the crime, saying that the month-old girl fit right in the oven. Linda Williams testified that she developed a sexual relationship with defendant China Arnold when the two were cellmates in Montgomery County Jail in March, and that Arnold confided in her about what happened to the baby. She said Arnold feared her boyfriend. I'm sorry, let me go back. She said Arnold feared her boyfriend believed he was not the father of the child and was going to leave her. She said she put the baby in the microwave and started it and left the house. Williams said she asked Arnold how she got the child in the oven. She fit right in, Williams said. Sitting at the defense table, 27-year-old Arnold showed little emotion as her trial got underway in August of 2005. Under cross-examination by the DA John Ryan, Williams acknowledged that she met with police after the conversation and initially said Arnold told her that she did not know how the baby died. The evidence is going to show that she did not purposely take the life of her own baby, Ryan said in his opening statement. Ryan said other people had access to the baby. Arnold was intoxicated to the point of blacking out when the child died, and people questioned about the case changed their stories. Ryan also raised questions about the reliability of the science when it came to determining the effects of microwaves on humans. And you can pull this story up on Fox News, but essentially she put that baby in the oven behind a man. And when they did DNA testing, they did confirm. Well, they got the DNA from the top of the microwave oven, and inside the cabinet, I should say, of the microwave, and they did confirm that it was baby's remains in there that was stuck on the inside of that microwave. This story has always been with me, and I just to this day, I always say she was drop dead gorgeous. Apparently, my memory is bad, or maybe just jail life mess your face up, because she looked horrible now. But as I remember her from when I first saw her on the internet, she was drop dead gorgeous. And I'm thinking to myself, how could you do this to your child? Well, she did. This girl, her name is China Arnold. And that story will probably be with me for the rest of my life. So these were just a few little stories I wanted to share. I'm going to go on and step aside right now. All y'all take care, even my detractors. Greenville, Mississippi till I die.